Welcome to my video review of the Zanussi Airspeed Lite ZAN200A No Loss of Suction Upright Bagless Vacuum Cleaner. Earlier this year, the EU proposed a law that's come into force that will ban any vacuum cleaner over 1600 watts. This one gets a B rating for efficiency and it has an 1100 watt motor. However, the claims for performance go against some of the performance ratings I found myself.
If you have a look here with the tool and hose selector dial, you can see how the plastic bends in and out. It's not very well made, and that's just one thing in the long line of things that are not well made on this vacuum. As you can see, there's a wee bit of dust within the design of that dial. However, at least it moves easily for any clogging or any hair that gets trapped in the vacuum. And by unclipping here at the top, you can find a filter which is washable. It just pulls out, and that's the filter there. You can wash this filter, but you have to make sure that the filter is completely dry before installing it back in the vacuum. You just press it in, and that's really the main filter of the vacuum cleaner. You get yourself a secondary tube, and there's also a crevice tool that's been taken out because I don't really like using the crevice tool, it's very noisy. So that's your single tube that fits in at the side. Another issue is the hose doesn't actually properly lock up at top, so you've got to be careful that you lock it in before putting it down to lock in at the side. Another aspect that I did mention in my review is to get yourself the Vax Macaire cordless combination tool. That's this here, this is from Vax. It's been copied from Dyson, and it actually fits perfectly onto the bottom of this hose as well as that suction tube when attached. And it also quite conveniently slips onto the back of the Zanussi, so it's pretty cool that way. It's a shame that Zanussi didn't think about making a similar tool.
When it comes to hardcore cleaning performance, the Zanussi is pretty good. However, it can be really noisy when you switch it on for the first time. even on the highest setting for a carpet, the dial does move on its own, which is another inherent design weakness of its plastic construction. So we'll just have a look at the dust that's been collected. And you can actually see that there's quite a majority of carpet fibre and some dust. That's a good indication of how well this vacuum cleaner can pick up. And that's the main compromise between the very cheap build quality, the very noisy motor, the very short hose, and actually pretty good pickup in terms of carpet and carpet fibre from a brand new piece of carpet.
There are of course ways around to using this vacuum cleaner, and you can actually use it quite lightly. If, for example, you go down to the tool selection and just narrowly move it to between tools and floor, as it's marked here. Now if you do that, you'll find it's a heck of a lot easier to push and still getting the same kind of power. And when using with the hose, it's always best to put the vacuum against the wall. It's quite possible just to pull the vacuum over. So that is a big downside to this vacuum. So you do get what you pay for with this vacuum cleaner. But to be honest with you, it's not bad for the price in terms of its cleaning capability. And already we can see the amount of dust that's actually collected. In terms of emptying, well, it's an old-fashioned process. It goes back to the DC01 from Dyson. You take your bin to your bin. You have to unscrew this from the bottom. There we go, just set it there. Here's the dust, not very much dirt. And then tip it over and put it into the bin. Maybe bang off the sides slightly just to dislocate any dust.
So to conclude, the pros and cons of the Zanussi Airspeed Lite can be purchased cheaply. Lightweight at 4 kilograms, bagless or no loss of suction, has a washable filter, can be easy to push depending on setting, fair performance on carpets and hard floors, and comes with a 1-year warranty. The disadvantages consist of: can be expensive to buy, long assembly time, flimsy plastics, no HEPA filter on board, noisy motor, poor cleaning tools, inclined to fall over with the short hose, no cord top swivel hook, and poor height control doesn't stay in place. Thanks very much for watching my video review. You'll find the rest of the worded review on Chow.